Spoken and Phonetics for Changes and Adult Learners.
Day 21, Part 2. Describe an open-air or street market which you enjoyed visiting. You should say where the market is, what the market sells, how big the market is, and explain why you enjoyed visiting this market. I would like to tell you about a market in Brisbane. This market is located in Davis Park alongside the Brisbane River in West End. It runs on every Saturday between 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. I've been to Australia to visit my uncle's place last summer. This market sells just about everything you want in the market, such as a range of garden fresh veggies and fruits, hot bread, seasonal flowers, a unique collection of first-hand and second-hand clothes, mouth-watering delicacies from all over Europe and Asia. German sausages and Chinese spring rolls are my favorite treats. This market is not very big. There are about 10 to 12 stalls, and most of the stalls are covered under the canopy of a giant fig tree. I loved to visit this market on Saturday with my cousins. We will sit on a picnic blanket and enjoy a cup of fresh coffee. Watch live performing artists and musicians under the shade of the tree. I also enjoy the banter and advice of stall holders from all over the continent and soak up the atmosphere of a truly international event with a unique Brisbane flavor. Page 186, Part 3. Do people in your country enjoy going to open-air markets that sell things like food, clothes, or objects? Which type of market is more popular? Why? Yes, as most of my countrymen are not that rich, so they prefer the open-air markets that are situated on the footpaths of the cities to buy their regular necessary things like food, clothes, etc. They enjoy it more than the indoor markets because of the opportunity to bargain. In most of the cases, things are cheaper in the footpaths than indoors. Most popular markets in my country are food markets, fish and meat to be more specific. These markets always remain crowded and noisy with customers and sellers because people here live on fish and meat more than anything else. Do you think markets are more suitable places for selling certain type of things? Which ones? Why do you think this is? Yes, markets can be a good option depending on the kind of items you want to sell. I think that if you're selling food, then it's a good idea to try and sell it in a local market if you can. After all, it's a little difficult to taste food on an internet auction site, so it's much easier at a market. A lot has to do with the local culture. Do you think young people feel the same about shopping at markets as older people? Why is that? No, I don't. Most young people aren't really interested in going to markets and places like that. Most of my friends buy things on the internet and rarely go shopping like our parents used to. It's just so much easier. Maybe it's not as interesting as meeting people in the market, but it's certainly more convenient and it does not depend on the weather. And you can also get a better choice when you look on the internet. I think the future of traditional markets might be somewhat limited to certain items, which are very specialized. What do you think are the advantages of buying things from shops rather than markets? Well, the obvious one is the shop is a permanent location while market is not. I guess it depends on what you're buying though. But for example, would you buy domestic appliances from a market? Imagine you had a problem with it and never saw the person who sold it to you again. Shops don't depend on weather either. I mean, if it was raining, I definitely wouldn't go strolling around a market looking for things to buy. With a shop, that's not really a problem. I suppose you usually get a better selection of goods in a shop as well, because they can carry more stock. How does advertising influence what people choose to buy? Is this true for everyone? I think advertising only influences a certain group of people. Normally, younger people who are easily influenced. Older people don't seem to find advertising as interesting. They seem to buy things based on their needs rather than some smart and catchy marketing campaign. The big brand names are expert at trying to influence young people with their sleek advertisement and publicity. And they're always trying to convince us that we need to have the newest and latest of everything, even if the item we have at the moment is perfectly good. But that's the economy now, isn't it? If we stop consuming, we will have serious economic problems. Do you think that any recent changes in the way people live have affected general shopping habits? Why is that? Absolutely. The generation and the internet is changing the game totally. Almost half of the population in this country has a smartphone or other mobile device now, and most of them buy things on the internet. We can already see the decline of business in the high street in many cities. Lots of small shops have already gone out of business, and even some large chain stores that couldn't compete with online shopping.